for tops in the NFL.
49ers had driven to the Bucs 11 when Gore turns it over. Now Freeman with loads of time throws, and it is picked off by Carlos Rogers. So the Buccaneers give it right back, and Rogers is inside the 5 and then takes it in for a San Francisco touchdown.
Great job by trusting what you see by Carlos Rogers. The play is designed. Here he is right here. Watch him sit on the out route by Kellen Winslow. Turns it over, and he's right there, jumps in front of it. He carries the wide receiver down the field, then peels off, sees Kellen Winslow break into the outside on the hard play action. Deshaun Goldson comes over, gets Josh Freeman out of the way so he can finish it for 6.
So the former Washington Redskin Carlos Rogers now with an interception in 3 consecutive games. He scores his 2nd career touchdown. David Akers adds the extra point. 49ers lead 14-3 as Rogers takes it back 29 yards for a San Francisco defensive score.
Offensive linemen and their talents to go and pull them close to the line of scrimmage.
Alex Booner maintains as an extra blocker on 2nd and goal. Here's Gore up the middle. Touchdown 49ers.
It's a subtle change in a play design, but split flow on the goal line is really hard on the linebackers. It gets them to hesitate for a second because most of it is going to be lead base. You're going to have your fullback coming. He comes that way. Running back goes the other way. Just that little split flow, it forces Mason Foster to hesitate for a split second, and he's not going to be able to take on Frank Gore with a full head of steam in the end zone just a yard ahead of him.
Especially with Adam Snyder right in front of him on that pull again. 2 times in a row with that same blocking.
And 2 times in a row, Goose, the 49ers capitalize on a Tampa Bay turnover. 5 plays, 57 yards, now 21-3.
I'll tell you what, if you're Geno Hayes or Mason Foster, you should just be keen on Adam Snyder. I mean, that guy pulls to the left, pulls to the right. No matter where he goes, that's where they're running the ball. And if I can recognize that from down here, they sure can.
So here's David Akers, 37-yard attempt, missed 2 in Philadelphia against his former club last week. Akers' kick is good, and the 49ers extend their lead. It's now 24-3. Three catches, 51 yards from Morgan. From the 23. Smith over the middle. Vernon Davis inside the 5, still on his feet. Touchdown, 49ers.
Well, they wanted to attack the linebacker level of the 49ers. Here's Vernon Davis right here. He's in a bunch. They lose him in coverage. He gets turned scot-free. Rondé Barber real late recognizing that in route.
Vernon Davis, a touchdown machine during his 6-year NFL career. Back in 09, tied the NFL record with 13 touchdown receptions by a tight end. Akers the extra point. It is now 31-3 San Francisco. Here's David Akers, who hit from 37 yards out earlier. This a 28-yard attempt from the left hash. And the lead is the holder. Akers now 2 for 2. So the 49ers extend their lead. It is now 34-3 San Francisco.
Yeah.
There's 14 penalties committed by the Bucs on Monday night in their win over the Colts. So new set of downs for San Francisco from the 14-yard line on first down. Smith to the end zone. Davis, he's got it. Touchdown.
It's that formation we've seen him run out of so many times this afternoon, but this time Delaney Walker and Vernon Davis go up the field, and it's great play action. Rondé Barber bites on it a little bit, and then he can't recover. But it has been a great game plan designed by Greg Roman.
Well, we talked about smash mouth football today. It's just there's been some smash mouth, but it's only been from the San Francisco 49ers.
The extra point is good. Second touchdown for Vernon Davis today. And Alex Smith in his 7th season ties his career high with his 3rd touchdown pass of the game.
Sure when he'll be back, but that's a big hit for that wide receiving group for the Niners.
On 2nd and goal, this time it is Anthony Dixon. And he is in for a touchdown. Miller had his chance, was stopped despite the initial ruling. And now Dixon, a 6th-round pick last year out of Mississippi State, adds to the San Francisco lead.
Tough down here at the goal line. Just get in there and push and move that pile. He breaks the plane right there.
You got to stay low and on the ground as a defensive lineman. And that offensive lineman just dug those guys up and drove enough. Get across that goal line.
Well, we talked about their athleticism when they pull and get on the edges, Tony, but they can line up and just grind you too.
Extra point by Akers. 49ers now lead 48-3.
Well, you know, it got away from Tampa Bay early on in the game, and they've never really been able to recover from it. And you know, San Francisco not having scored a touchdown in the first quarter, the last team in the NFL. They get the 7-0 lead. They have a critical turnover, but here's the next play after that. Carlos Rogers does a great job of reading Josh Freeman, gets a block from Deshaun Goldson, steps in for a 6. And then Chris Culliver on the next series with the interception. Deshaun Goldson, a big hit on Mike Williams, forces a fumble there. So a lot of miscues today by Tampa.
Raise their record to 4-1. And look ahead to a meeting with the 4-0 Detroit Lions, who will host the Bears tomorrow night. The Buccaneers, who had won their last 3 games, dropped to 3-2 as Raheem Morris and Jim Harbaugh come together at the center of the field. Alex Smith ties his career high with 3 touchdown passes today. The 49ers in a rout. They led 24-3 at the half. Their biggest margin of victory since 1987, a 48-0 rout of the Los Angeles Rams. We'll return to San Francisco to wrap things up right after these messages.